How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Just before we start, I wanted to say I watched your set at Glastonbury. It was absolutely wonderful.
Oh, thanks a lot. That was, man, Glastonbury is fantastic.
Was that the first time you've ever been?
Yeah, first time. Yeah, I had heard, obviously a ton about it over, my whole life, but man, nothing can really prepare you for the real thing. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's a pretty magical place, isn't it?
It really is. It really, really is.
Yeah. So obviously to get on to the movie, I was going to start with Before Finally Dawn. I mean, this premiered in Venice in 2023, which means I would assume that probably meant being shot in kind of 2022. So we're here now today, almost 3 years on, promoting it obviously now for the US release. That kind of shows the journey a film can go on, which kind of got me thinking, how imprinted are the kind of memories of filmmaking to an actor? Do you ever forget little moments, or just the experience tend to stick with you?
Oh man, it's really, I mean, that's the thing I like about film almost the most is like the experience that you get while you're making the movie. And this one for sure was extremely memorable. I mean, first of all, I was shooting in Rome. That just, the setting of being in the city and kind of being involved with a movie that pays homage to the city and the films that have been done there. And, 1950s kind of Hollywood in Rome. And then also the cast. And working with Saverio, and my sister was living in Rome at the time, and she was working on the film with me as well. So I have extremely fond memories working on this project. Yeah, and you're right. I mean, the life of a film is never really linear. It just sort of is. You never really know what to expect. So it's taken a sec for this one to kind of like come around, but I'm super happy it's available for people to see. Yeah, over here.
Yeah, I love movies set on old movie sets, and there's something so romantic and kind of magical, and especially this era being depicted. Is there a kind of era in history you've always been fascinated by, be it kind of cinematically, musically, or somewhere you've always wished you could kind of transport back to?
Oh man, I mean, I think this actually kind of checked a lot of the boxes, but I've always been really fascinated with Ken Burns and all of his documentaries, and his documentary about the Civil War left a big impression on me. Also the one about World War II. But I wouldn't say I'm like a massive history buff, but I'm pretty interested in history. So that's kind of the fun of uh, being involved in the industry, and just being able to kind of like through the magic of making movies, be able to visit these places, production design and set design. So yeah, very very fun part of the job.
And talking of old kind of classic actors, Saverio likened you to Kerry Grant. I don't know if you ever saw that. Saw that. He said you have an allure. And I just that got.
Ooh.
Are there any kind of actors' careers that you've really loved and wished to emulate, even going back back as far as the kind of golden age of Hollywood?
I mean, a guy that I kind of always, it's kind of hard because you do want to like, it's great to take inspiration from people. Like Paul Newman is a guy that I've always kind of looked up to, or Harrison Ford, or Humphrey Bogart's a guy that I've always been into as well. But it's also important to realize that you are yourself, and you can kind of be nothing other than that. And you know, I think a lot of the a lot of the journey is kind of realizing that you never really arrive. You never really get to the thing that you're thinking, and it's all about sort of, I guess, just following your gut and your instincts and doing things that just are exciting to you, and a combination of that, and then also following the opportunities that are presented.
Yeah, I mean, because it's kind of overly embellished in this a bit, but we kind of see that reverence applied to movie stars on set, particularly in the olden days. I'm just interested to know, as an actor, especially if you're like number one on the call sheet, for example, how do you keep grounded on set? Because it must be so easy to be made to feel that's so kind of important. Is there that kind of conscious effort, particularly early on in a career, to not let that kind of get into your head?
Oh, I don't know. I think that's a good question, and I think maybe for some people it's maybe easier than others. I don't know. I think I've had to. I've worked pretty hard to get to where I am, and you know, I guess I think being on the Stranger Things set and being a part of a big ensemble job is kind of like my first real job was maybe helpful for that as well. And coming from a big family, I guess also just real when you're on a movie set, everybody's kind of in the trenches together, and every single job is really equally important to making sure the thing gets done. And I think like the camaraderie of being on a set and making sure there's that synergy is so key to just like finishing the project, making sure the thing gets done. And I just think like maybe having like a holier than thou attitude is like the least helpful thing that you can kind of bring to the set. So I guess like as a lover of movies, I try to sort of, you know, I've been lucky to work with some really great people, and I guess I just try to emulate that.
I mean, you are sort of a man of many talents, excelling in both film and music. I think I listened to Roddy so many times over the last few years.
Oh,
Um,
oh, thanks, man.
if someone you met had no idea who you were and asked what you do, how would you answer?
That's a good question. I guess like just maybe like an artist or something. I mean, I guess I'm an actor and make music as well, and um, yeah, I guess like I said, just trying to kind of like follow the things that I find are sort of interesting to me, and obviously that's a real privilege as well, to be able to do both of these two different things. So still sort of figuring it out, I guess. But yeah,
But going back to the movie, I mean, if you get to work, of course, with Willem Dafoe here, who feels from like an audience perspective, he's this such a kind of an enigma and takes on such wonderful projects. What's he kind of like as a screen partner here?
he is so fantastic. He's just a guy who's really really interested in acting, I think, and doesn't take himself too seriously and is playful and um, takes the work very seriously. And I don't know, he's just like a real joy to kind of I definitely was nervous, I think, going to set and kind of meeting him and stuff, but very quickly was kind of disarmed by just how just nice of a guy he was, and you know, just a very humble and talented guy. It makes sense why he kind of has had the career that he's had, and it's because he's really just doing things that are really interesting to him, and he seems to be in this perfect kind of balance of he's done so many things and now can kind of really just follow his nose. So it's cool. It was great to be on set with him. I mean, everybody on set was. I felt like I was like learning little bits from everybody. It was great working with Lily and Rachel. That's kind of where I met Rachel as well, and we had some scenes and stuff together. And then Rebecca as well. It was really so fun working with her, and it was her first kind of experience on set. And yeah, it was. She was fantastic and blew everyone away. So it was great. It was cool. I was so spoiled, man. It was great.
As I was wondering, how do I phrase? As this sounds like a weird question. I hope this makes sense. But when you're playing an actor in a film who's playing a role within the film that you're playing, do you just play the role, or do you play the actor playing the role? Does that make any sense?
Sure, you got to play the actor playing the role, I think is but that's kind of fun. I mean, it's funny. I did this Pavements movie and I played myself playing Stephen Malcolmus as well. So it's kind of not the first time that I've done something like that. And it almost is sort of freeing in a way. Um, and yeah, I kind of like it. I like the meta nature of it. I think it allows for I don't know, it just you can get kind of tricky with it, and yeah, it feels like it sort of releases the pressure, I guess, in a way, for you to maybe swing a little bigger.
Of course, you mentioned Stranger Things earlier. We're not far away now from season five, and I know you can't talk about the show
Right.
give anything away. Not that I would want to get anything out of you, because I want it to be as much of a surprise to me as anyone else. But I wanted to ask: Steve is such a popular character, and one I imagine you've grown very close to over the years. It must be a show that means so much to you. Now, how much do you think you owe to Stranger Things, and is it sad to think that the kind of show's coming to an end?
Oh well, yeah. I think well, first of all, I owe everything to those guys. My life would be so different without that experience and without the opportunity to be on that show. And it will be sad, and we kind of went through sort of the death of the show when we finished it, and we had everybody had kind of this group experience, and it was a beautiful thing. And but also all good things must come to an end, and we had this really great thing, and I think we executed it to the best of our abilities. And yeah, I guess like I'm forever grateful for it. And to be a part of something like that. And something will come along and kind of take its place also in the zeitgeist. There's always sort of these kind of longer things where I think about like the Harry Potter cast when I was a kid, or like the Lord of the Rings. You see these kind of long extended you know pieces of media, and it's just kind of cool to be a part of it. And I never really thought that I would get the chance to do it. So just gotta soak it up while you have it, and it'll be fun to see the show. I mean, I haven't seen anything, so it'll be cool.
Yeah, I'd like to think that despite the show coming to an end, then there must be a WhatsApp group that will remain beyond the finale.
Oh, certainly. Oh yeah, we're all tight, so we all keep in touch.
Nice. Cool. Well, I can't wait to see it. And best of luck with the release of this movie and with all the music and everything else you've got going on. You've got a very busy and very talented man. So it's been a pleasure to speak to you today.
Really nice of you to say that. Thanks so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey You Guys!